did Ukrainians destroy the Russian equivalent of YouTube? Why do they compare that to Stuxnet, the first known destructive cyber attack in the world? And what do Ukrainian hackers need machine guns for? This is the continuation of the video about the first cyber war. After repelling the most powerful cyber attacks of Russia, Ukrainians launched a counteroffensive. But who are these Ukrainian cybersecurity experts?
Today, our security service of Ukraine, SBU hackers, are not just a hacker, it's a mixture of a hacker and of SWAT team officers, because we have a lot of people working on the front line, because there we can have access to their devices. There we work against their radio electronic warfare. There we work against their UAVs. So, and in order to conduct this operation, you need to be there, closer to the front lines, so you need to understand how to shoot. So not always this is somebody who sits in front of the keyboard. Sometimes you need to work in the field as well today.
According to cyber specialists from the SBU, they can't talk about most of their operations until Ukrainian victory. However, there have been high-profile operations that couldn't go unnoticed, and some media attribute it to the SBU. In Russia, there have been discussions about blocking YouTube, similar to what they've already done with Facebook and Instagram. They are preparing the video hosting platform RuTube as an alternative. However, this idea also caught the interest of Ukrainians. SBU officials can neither confirm nor deny its involvement. But exclusively for United 24 Media, Illia provided his evaluation of what Ukrainian hackers did.
RuTube was completely down on May 9th when Putin met the parrot on Red Square. So, and it should be broadcasted on RuTube, but it didn't. So our cyber forces destroyed all the logical connections between all the servers, and it took them for probably up to 5 days to actually switch it on, and later months to restore everything.
Even in the Russian government itself, this attack was compared to Stuxnet, the cyber operation against Iran's nuclear infrastructure. This special virus physically damaged 20% of all nuclear centrifuges in the Islamic Republic. In addition to RuTube, Ukrainians successfully attacked the satellite communication system named Dozor Teleport, used by the Russian military. They also targeted Miranda Media internet provider, which operated in temporarily occupied Crimea, and Russia's second largest provider, Dom.ru. After some Ukrainian strikes, Russians needed paper. A lot of paper. Hacking into the Moscow Technical Inventory Bureau system gave Ukrainians access to data about all the real estate and its owners in the Russian capital. This bureau lost all its digital data online and was forced to revert to using paper for its operation.
Right example was the attack on their customs service. So the whole infrastructure of their customs was fully destroyed, and backups as well. And it led that all the customs services from Vladivostok to occupied Sevastopol stopped. And they needed, for 3 days, they used paper.
Civilian hackers are not standing aside.
There were a number of people, literally a queue of people standing and calling to security service of Ukraine, what I call it cyber territorial defense. People somehow connected to IT were ready to do something and to stop this war.
Stop Russian Warbot became another tool of cyber war. Anyone could use it to feed data about Russian maneuvers. Ultimately, the SBU received over 100,000 messages. This helped destroy several enemy generals and hundreds of armored vehicles. Other IT specialists, under the auspices of the Ministry of Digital Transformation, formed the IT Army, which at one point numbered 300,000 people and successfully engaged in DDoS attacks. The Evora became another chatbot where Ukrainians could report on the movement of occupiers, their military crimes, and collaborators.
All the representatives of IT professions who could be involved to attacks, they were involved.
However, Russians have also managed to mobilize a significant number of people.
They tried to force all the ransomware groups that were operating from Russia to work against Ukraine.
Other methods used by Russians are referred to as information psychological operations. Russia began to apply them massively during the physical invasion in February 2022.
A massive psychological attacks just in the morning, probably you remember all those fakes about that Kharkiv is already occupied, Sumy is already occupied, and other cities. So the idea was to make us surrender and to make people panic and understand that they shouldn't try to resist.
Efforts to exert such influence continue to this day. The Security Service of Ukraine, SBU, records more than 1,000 Russian disinformation campaigns against Ukraine every month.
Since the beginning of full-scale invasion, we blocked 76 bot farms with a capacity of more than 3 million fake accounts. These were only bot farms operating here in Ukraine, and you understand that there are bot farms operating from Russia, from other countries that we don't have access to.
Bribed opinion leaders, fake accounts on all possible social media platforms, and traitors. All of this still works for Russia. Ukrainians are training to resist, and they're dispelling the myth of the all-powerful Russian hackers. Ukraine was not the first country to face cyber attacks.
But this was penetrating in order to get the intelligence, get the information, and later use it. So this was not about destroying the state. And this situation we have now, it's about trying to destroy our country. So totally different situation, and the massiveness of the attacks, those thousands that we as Security Service of Ukraine witnessed, it clearly depicts the situation.
Ukrainians continue to defend their homeland, even in cyberspace.
You learn very fast when you are on the cutting edge.